Friday, the weekend is finally here, and you know what I'm thinking about? Chicken. That's right, but it's not what you probably think. I'm not heading down to KFC for any of that fake grilled stuff. I'm thinking about raw, live chicken. And before you shut this down thinking I'm about to get really strange, let me add that I'm thinking about chicken because this week's movie is the classic from 1990, Luther the Geek. This is one of my personal all-time favorite weird movies, and it's very weird. Here's the story. Luther is a geek. No, not the kind that wears pocket protectors and fixes computers. I'm talking about old school carny bites the heads off of chickens geek. Look it up. Well, Luther's been in jail for killing some people, and he kills them by biting them in the throat and drinking their blood using a pair of filed down sharp metal dentures. Now Luther is getting paroled, and I'm sure that the parole board didn't know he was sharpening up his teeth, or they might have thought twice about the parole. Now the first thing Luther does is head out to the grocery store to eat some raw eggs. And when he's chased out of the store, he heads outside to the bus stop to bite the neck of an old lady and drink her blood. You see, Luther only eats organic, free-range people. Well, since this is a public place, someone soon calls the police and Luther has to hide in the back of an unlocked car. And he's off to the farm of Hillary and her family. Once there, Luther begins stalking the chickens, but that's just not good enough. Luther has a taste for blood, and soon he's stalking Hillary, who's conveniently home alone. And after Luther gets the upper hand, Hillary's daughter and boyfriend shows up. Now Luther has his pick of the litter, so to speak. And Luther begins by luring the boyfriend away to kill him, then is back to the house for the girls. There's really no redeeming quality to Luther the Geek. It's not a metaphor for anything. It doesn't require any deep thought to figure out what's going on in Luther's mind. Let's face it, the only dialogue Luther has in the whole movie is chicken calls. You know, buck, 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 buck. Yep, that's all that Luther says. Well, when he's not biting your throat out. I'm giving Luther the Geek 2.5 out of 4 cigars. It's a fairly entertaining movie, but it's just a simple, cut and dried slasher movie. There's no subtext, there's no subplots, just a guy going buck, 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 and biting people. And there's a setup for a sequel that hopefully will never be made. One of these is plenty. So until next time when I'll be chasing my neighbor's chickens around the yard, remember you can always find me traveling the indie film highway over at roguecinema.com and every Tuesday over at fearzone.com where I keep you up to date on what's new on horror DVD. And let's plan on frying up some chicken and meeting back here next week at badmovieguide.com where I always remind you that the best movies are bad movies.